Be back in the studio, and that means that we can unpack some 49ers news of the past few days. There haven't been all too many roster transactions. There was one that was crammed in with veteran minicamp this week. It was at the back end of the roster, but as you know, I keep you updated on absolutely everything on this channel, and we didn't have a chance to dedicate a video to it and the whirlwind of other stuff that was happening. So here it is. The 49ers signed defensive lineman Daryl Johnson, and they waived wide receiver Shea Wyatt. Daryl Johnson is a tall defensive lineman. He's 6'6". To give you an idea of how tall he is and how he might stand out relative to the 49ers' other D linemen, not named Eric Armstead, Jake Moody, the kicker, hit a low line drive of a kick at the first practice of minicamp on Tuesday that barely cleared the line, and then it barely cleared the crossbar. And Kyle Shanahan was yelling at Daryl Johnson, who was at his first practice with the 49ers. He's like, how did you not block that? You're 6'6", but somehow that low liner of a kick got by him. Anyway, tall defensive lineman Daryl Johnson. To make room for him, the 49ers waived the undrafted rookie receiver out of Tulane, Shea Wyatt. So if you take a look at the 49ers roster here, you will see how these moves might impact them. These are 90-man roster moves because neither of these two players, the one they signed in Daryl Johnson, not to be confused with old Cowboys fullback Daryl Moose Johnston, this is Daryl Johnson, and Shea Wyatt, neither of these two were ever projected to make the 53-man roster. So I have Daryl Johnson over here, defensive end. I have him at the very bottom of the 49ers depth chart, and Shea Wyatt was in that receiver room. That was right here, but the 49ers felt they were a little crowded in that receiver room, so they went ahead and balanced out the numbers. They said they'd rather carry another defensive lineman than a receiver. Now, they worked out Jacour Pearson again on Wednesday. That was the receiver that made some splashes at their rookie minicamp and then posted a video of him burning some competition, some rookie minicamp competition. We're never able to identify who the cornerback was. They haven't signed Pearson, but if they do want to add another receiver, they can go back to carrying another receiver. They can waive another receiver and put Pearson in there. All of this is back of the roster maneuvering at this point. However, there is also front of the roster maneuvering going on. And, just as a quick summary of the 49ers quarterback situation leaving minicamp, we still have Brock Purdy highlighted here in pink because he is still dealing with that elbow injury and the rehab after it. But he is now expected to be ready around training camp, not officially, but there's growing optimism that he'll be ready for training camp and by extension week 1. So Brock Purdy is the 49ers top quarterback until proven otherwise. The rest of the battle, well, that's between Trey Lance, Sam Darnold, and Brandon Allen. I thought Brandon Allen did a lot of good stuff over the course of the offseason program. Last day wasn't as great, finished 1 of 8. And then we saw both Lance and Darnold. And to be honest, I'm most impressed by Darnold's arm. Darnold has the better arm. He has the best arm out of the 49ers quarterback room. It's better than Purdy's. It's better than Trey Lance's. But I'm really impressed with the mechanics that Trey Lance has improved over time. And really, the offseason program is only the pregame show ahead of the actual position battle. Nothing was going to change during the offseason program unless a player completely bottomed out, unless Trey Lance made no mechanical improvement and Kyle Shanahan gave up on him. Nothing was going to change over the course of the past few weeks. It was only the ticket punching opportunity to actually compete in training camp. So as of now, it's the same as it was. Brock Purdy at the top. Lance and Darnold, they split the reps. Even though people told you they wouldn't split the reps, they split the reps 50-50 by the end of the offseason program. If I had to give an edge to anybody, Lance or Darnold, well, probably Sam Darnold for QB2, just because he's got more experience than Trey Lance. He's done a little bit more in the league. He's actually had some success in the league. Trey Lance, not much. Maybe a couple good throws against Houston in that game in 2021 toward the end of the season. But again, he was dealing with the finger injury there. So Lance is going to have to really, really establish himself in training camp because the 49ers are going to go with the quarterback who makes the most comfortable at QB2. And obviously you have Brandon Allen, who was a QB2 for Cincinnati last year. it's still all out on the table for all of these quarterbacks. So we'll wait and see what's going to happen. All right, Margot and I are going to have a nice little fun live out in the backyard right now. So be sure to tune in to that. This has been a quick 49ers update. Wanted to reestablish the studio with another one of these rapid fire ones. We're going to have longer shows from here over the course of the offseason. Thank you. Everybody take care, and we'll talk to you in just a couple minutes. So go ahead and subscribe and set that notification bell for when we come on live here in just a couple. Everybody take care.